All aboard!
Okay, back to work on this yard. I got connectors. Okay, get ready to start gluing this track down. And I've noticed, this is a fixed point, so I'm gonna have to start at this bridge and work my way around. But what I noticed is when I glued my bedding down, apparently I put an 18-inch radius on the foam, and you can see I got my track guide in here that has the 20-inch radius, and it cuts it off a little bit. But you know what, the whole idea behind doing this was to get rid of that 18-inch radius crap. So if it goes off the foam just a little bit on the inside, I can add a little bit of foam to the inside. It's supporting it really well. So it starts into the curve at a 20 and not so tight. I put my straight ones in there going across the bridge. Now I'll just lift this track up and glue underneath it. But then it goes from a 20 and then eases out. And this is a 22, and then it goes into straight coming around the corner. Put me a piece of tape of where I want to quit putting my glue down, because I'm going to need some flex end at the end. The other thing is, I'm not going to use any green beans and corn this time. I'm going to use water bottles. They're down here and they're available. So now I kind of got this figured out where I want to be. I'm just going to smooth me a little gray. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm not going to put the gray underneath all of it. I'm just going to put it about every 6 inches or so. I'll just put a little smear of gray, because I've learned putting that track down on the other side that it works really well, and it doesn't come up that easy. So I'll just put it down about every, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 inches or so, not just smear it down underneath the whole thing. I don't think it needs that. Okay, the back track is all glued down to here, and I'm water bottled up, baby. You're good. Just have to let that dry. Okay, I've stabilized all of this back track, and it's all secure, so it's not moving around. Now I can be more assured that this is going to be in the exact spot that I need it in, so I can cut my pieces in here. This piece here is all put together, but it's not soldered, but it is nice and snug. And I'm just going to put this thing together and see if I can get it to run. Okay, I got this thing pieced together, and the outer track comes around, goes through a split, and gives me 2 tracks to go down. One would be in front of the station, and one would be just to be able to run total all the time, non-stop, just round and round. And this will be a siding track for the station, and then also I put in another siding to go back here and down here. And eventually I'll probably do another split off that, make another track this way onto there. But there's my crossover to get from the Grand Valley original to the outer track, the plus. Now I used all conductive connectors. So we're gonna see, I'm gonna light this thing up and put a train on her, see if she'll run through the whole thing and not give me any problem. Let's do that. Okay, you're gonna bring him on split him onto the inside track, and then I'm gonna swap him onto the Grand Valley. Worked. Okay, where I stand with this thing right now is having all those solid conductors in there and connectors in here. It does absolutely nothing. Everything works fine. This DCC system, this train's been running around on the top, no problem. I brought him from the station over here, went all the way around, came around and did interconnect into here. All the tracks are working separate. I can get any one of the trains to do horns and bells, and I can get everything works. The only thing that I could see is when you mismatch these things, they're pretty strong, so if you have it mismatched, the train won't override it, it will derail. Like this train here coming down right now, I'm gonna mismatch this thing, and that time it clicked it over. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't, sometimes it'll override it, sometimes it'll just derail. So having this many controllers here is a little intimidating, trying to figure out